At 91, Shirley MacLaine has lived more lives than most, both on and off the screen. The Oscar-winning actress, best-selling author, and unapologetic truth-teller carries nearly 8 decades of Hollywood experience, and she reflects on it with a mix of clarity, candor, and wry humor. In a rare and unfiltered interview, she spoke about 7 men in the industry whose presence left her frustrated, challenged, or simply exhausted. Yet behind every sharp observation lies a sense of understanding, even compassion, for the complexities that made them who they were. Dean Martin, she began, was charming, magnetic, and effortlessly smooth, but working with him often felt like performing opposite a ghost. You throw the ball, you expect it back, and sometimes it just lands on the floor, she said, her tone part exasperation, part melancholy. Martin's disinterest wasn't cruelty, it was distance, the kind born from a man who loved music, golf, and the ease of a life he hadn't built in acting. Occasionally, he would surprise her with a spark of connection, but more often she found herself chasing the truth in a vacuum. And still, she admitted he had a mystique impossible to ignore, if only he had brought it fully to the screen. Anthony Quinn, in contrast, was the embodiment of ego and bravado. Larger than life, he commanded attention but left little space for collaboration. MacLaine recalled scenes where his intensity overpowered the subtlety of her own performance. Yet behind that dominant exterior, she recognized vulnerability masked by fear. Fear that letting down his guard would reveal an insecurity he didn't want to confront. Working with Quinn demanded stamina, patience, and a firm sense of self. Robert Mitchum carried a different energy, brooding, bitter, and unpredictable. His presence on set could both enthrall and unsettle. You knew the temperature would drop the moment he walked in, MacLaine said, yet, for all his mood swings, there were flashes of brilliance that reminded everyone why he became a legend. He was a product of an era that didn't allow softness, and his struggles were visible in the walls he built around himself. Frank Sinatra, she recalled, was charm and volatility intertwined. He could make you feel like the only person in the room, and the next day, invisible. There was talent, magnetism, and brilliance, but it came at a cost. Tension, unpredictability, and a sense that the people around him were tools in a larger performance of control. For MacLaine, it was exhausting, but she acknowledged the undeniable artistry he brought to the screen. Warren Beatty, too, combined brilliance with self-importance. Early in their work together, she saw flashes of his potential, but his ego often overshadowed collaboration. Scripts, scenes, conversations, everything had to orbit around him, yet she never stopped hoping he might rise to the promise she saw in him, even if he never did. Charlton Heston carried gravitas like armor, and for MacLaine, working with him was like stepping into a cathedral where he alone set the rules. He brought certainty and power, but little curiosity or warmth. The performances were commanding, yet connection with a partner felt nearly impossible. Finally, Steve McQueen, the ultimate cool rebel, was disciplined, precise, and emotionally distant. You could admire his control, she said, but it made real connection almost impossible. He was a solo performer in every sense, leaving MacLaine to navigate her scenes with grace, patience, and acceptance of his self-contained world. Through these reflections, MacLaine doesn't simply catalog frustrations, she illuminates the balance of talent and human complexity. She recognizes that brilliance often carries shadows and that difficult people can still leave an indelible mark on a career. Her insights, tempered by decades of experience, are equal parts sharp observation and tender understanding, a testament to her resilience and the wisdom gained from a life spent navigating Hollywood at its most brilliant and its most challenging.